Hello everybody, this is Dino with GTO, and this is just going to be a quick video updating like how far I managed to get in certain grinds I was doing during this special event, the double XP event. Yeah, I know it's been a couple of days since it ended, but yeah, I just can't take a wee break from the game yesterday, and just coming back to it there here today. Um, just going to give like rough ideas of like how far I managed to get in certain grinds or certain tanks. Um, I've got the STRV 74 now. I actually grinded 12,000 XP on the tier 5. Unlocked this thing and did the entire stock grind other than the radio during the event. So yeah, that's 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, and 1,000. So that's like 1,600 XP or 16,000 XP that I earned on this thing. I did like 30,000 XP in terms of grinding on this thing. So yeah, I'm 2/3 of the way to the tier 7 now, which is pretty sweet. The 110, I got the top gun finally, as you can see here. You can tell by the muzzle. So yeah, you'd be amazed how much of a difference this gun makes to this vehicle. Also, something I didn't know, this thing actually fires faster than the Tiger 2 with this gun, which I didn't realize. Um, let's see, it's pretty decent overall gun, but it's got a really hefty research cost, which is kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. Let me see. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I grinded like 30,000 XP to get that gun. Did that in the weekend as well. Let's see. I played like one game, the Pershing, got up like 100,000 XP because it just kind of felt like it. Don't play this thing very often because I'm not prepared to go into the horrific stock grind of the M46 Patton because that thing is basically universally known as the worst stock grind in the game. And yeah, you can believe it when you look at it. Like I think back in the day, you couldn't even the piece of equipment that you can use to increase your load weight. This thing couldn't mount that, so you were forced to play through this entire grind unless you had the stock. Like I think, actually, you know what it was? You couldn't even mount a gun rammer because it's 41.1 tons and the weight limit is 41.2. So you had no space to mount anything on this vehicle to help you with the grind. So this thing was just like one of the worst grinds in the game. I don't even think you could mount the Top Gun. No, you couldn't. Oh my god. Or not the Top Gun, the upgraded 90mm from the normal Pershing. You couldn't even mount this. Oh my god. So you had to play a tier 9 with a 160 pen gun. Jesus Christ. Wow, I think they changed it so this thing can now mount the upgraded or the upgraded like a load capacity module, or and when I say module I mean equipment. But yeah, that's just shocking. That's genuinely shocking. Like that, I forgot how bad it was. Like that's insane. So yeah. Let's see what else was I gonna say. T54 lightweight. I did the grind for the tracks. First thing I want to say about this vehicle, the track traverse on the stack tracks feels unbelievably quick. This thing turns like nothing else I've ever driven in this game. It has a 50-degree traverse speed in a tank that just goes like nothing else I've driven. Like this thing here, I honestly like when I first drove this thing, it was the pre-buff version, so it was kind of it was kind of crap honestly. But since they buffed it, buffed the speed, buffed the I think the soft stats and the gun and stuff like that, it's actually not too bad of a tank. And just a wee bit of tip if you're going to get one of these, if you come across an enemy light tank, I think pretty much any light tank, now that the Scout Panther isn't in the game anymore, I think if you come across anything, you can ram it and you will always come up best because I think you have the thickest front armor on a light tank other than the LTTB, and I think you're actually like 10 tons heavier than the LTTB if I remember right. Let's see, how heavy is the LTTB again? 22 tons, yeah. You're like 10 tons heavier. You do have like 10 millimeters less frontal armor, but you're 10 tons heavier. So yeah, it's probably going to go in your favor. It's always kind of amazed me just how thick the front armor is on the LTTB. It's like an AS. It's got the AS sidearm on the front on a light tank. So yeah. Um, Actually, kind of a cool tank. So I've had to like I have had to like adjust my opinions on this vehicle because I didn't expect it to actually be kind of fun. Let's see. Um, Other vehicles. Oh yeah. The French. I finished the grind on the 5120 and I sold it immediately. It is a significantly better tank than it once was, but it still doesn't. That still doesn't mean it's a great tank. Like honestly, I would still probably say it's middle of the road in terms of tier 9 heavies. It's definitely not the worst tier 9 heavy. That still, in my opinion, goes to the M103. I don't like that tank at all. I've driven, I think, every tier 9 heavy with the exception of the Japanese one. Oh, and the Chinese one, I should mention that too. And I have not driven a fully upgraded Conqueror, but I have driven a stock Conqueror, and god damn it, that thing is bad. 20 pounder gun that does 230 alpha per shot on a tier 9 heavy, then you need to unlock a turret, you need to unlock the 60,000 XP gun. Yes, everything else is unlocked, but Jesus, I just gave up after like, how many games did I play in this thing? Like 6? Like, it's, if you played the Carnarvon, it's basically what you can imagine the Carnarvon would be if you put a tier higher. So, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all, because I hated the Carnarvon, I hated that thing even more. I just I didn't have the willpower to like suffer through that. It was the same kind of story with the Leopard PTA. I couldn't put up with it. It just didn't. It wasn't fun. I just kind of gave up on it as well. So yeah. I also mentioned in the Chinese a minute ago there, T-34-2. I finished the grind on that. That was like 30,000 XP. I got on that thing there and got the WZ-120 unlocked. And because I unlocked the Top Gun on the 110, that means that I have one of the two different guns that you can use on this vehicle unlocked. So, yeah. One of the two different tap guns. Like, I think some people argue that the 100 mil is actually better, but I don't see that argument as very valid because, I mean, let's look at the stat differences. I mean, if you're going to have a shitty aim time and shitty dispersion, you may as well have the alpha. I mean, that's just my view. I mean, like the other advantage of the 122 is the pen. I mean, if you have shitty alpha, you want to have more pen, or no, if you have shitty dispersion and aim time, you want to be able to have a tank that if it hit the target, it's more likely to pen. And with the 100 millimeter, sure, you're going to be able to put more shots out, but the way I played the game, I think the 122 would definitely be my choice, honestly. And a quick tip for you if you didn't know this, the Top Gun in WZ-120 you can get for free by unlocking the 113 because it's exactly the same gun. If I go to the 113 and hit characteristics, exactly the same gun is used on the WZ-120. So yeah. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about. Didn't play anything Japanese. I didn't do any grinding on TVP VTU because actually after I got the 88, I actually think this thing's a pretty decent machine now. Playing it with 100 mil, not fun, but playing it with the 88, it's actually a pretty good wee machine. Swedish, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that already. Any other things? Not really, no. So I did some little grinds that I just wanted to get out of the way. A couple stock grinds, a couple of tank unlocks just so I can get money. That's why I have 2.3 million right now. I bought the STRV 74 after I finished the 5120s grind and I sold it. I bought the STRV 74. I bought the Top Gun on this, and I think I already had one of these, but I think I bought a couple of modules on this thing here as well. So yeah. So that worked out pretty well for me. Let me know how many machines did you guys try to get through, and how many like stock grinds did you guys try to get through? I know I kind of went a wee bit. Well, it depends on your perspective. If you were playing this game a lot, then that looks like nothing to you probably. That looks like I did basically nothing in terms of like overall stuff to do in the game. But yeah, I just wasn't really like on Sunday I didn't play the game at all because I kind of just took a little like break. I just didn't really feel it. I didn't really feel it. On Monday I did play it. On Saturday I played it. So yeah, I only really played 2 days. If I had been playing 3 days, I probably would have jumped into the TVP VTU and did the engine grinds at least. So yeah, but I just didn't. I didn't feel it that day. So yeah, that's about everything I have to say. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.